This is Professor Iyer. I'm the editor of ENERTIA and the editor of MARKENOY, two wonderful publications monthly, and they have over a decade enlightened the Indian masses, and we have done our own work as a very good, I would say, cottage media, a media which is like a cottage industry, never fails its people, and it takes care of the common causes of the public and the republic. My friends, there are certain issues. While wishing you a very happy onset of the new year as well from the Indian perspective, and waiting for the new year, the world will celebrate from here on until Christmas and beyond. I would say that we are at a very unique crossroad, and I'm reporting to you from the pink of my moods, from the pink of my thinking, from being an eternal optimist and an agnostic. I say things are going to be good. We have to ensure that things are much better worldwide. India for sure, but also for the whole world. We need things to be very different than what they are at this point of juncture in history. So some key points for all of us to ponder in the new year is very interesting. India got its Deepavali wishes for the festival of lights, the festival that brings knowledge, wisdom, and also wealth, onset of wealth as it goes on. Even though there's a kind of I would not call it a gloomy mood, but a kind of a suppressed mood at this point of time, both in India and rest of the world, because of the uncertainties of both governance, economy, and politics. I am an eternal optimist, and I wish to tell you that we, the citizens of all the countries, have to make it happen. So I would like to start thanking, first, the little friend of ours, Bhutan, today. And that's the name I take first, because I'm wishing all the Bhutanese here a very happy Deepavali, and for sure, for the 20% Hindu community there as well, and my friends, predominantly Buddhists, and also people who have got the origin, the Nepalese origin, who are in Bhutan, the ethnic, I would say, equation out there. I would say, India, our heart goes out to you. We are the, I would say, not the big brother at all. We are the elder brother, my friends. We love you. And first, my feelings go for Bhutan. And I must thank them for the wonderful support in Doklam crisis. And unless Bhutan played its very positive role, I don't think that India, or for that matter China, would have come to a kind of a peace at a point of time. And it was, I would say, no blame game, but I think as we go along, I think there's a message over there that our best friend still in the world is no US, is no UK, it's nobody else other than Bhutan. And for sure, we have new friends. We make new friends. We made friends with Japan. We have our old friend Russia. How can we forget them? We have a wonderful friend in Israel for sure. We also friends in UAE today. So nobody's untouchable today. We'll make extremely good friendship with Iran as we go along. And I presume that India is the country that would actually show the way. If it's the only country that can do that, and I hope that we play our international politics well, and we bring peace rather than onsets of warlike situations. For sure, it's a difficult scene with China's own position, but I would today convey to my Chinese friends that they, instead of looking at India in a way that they have to somehow get India, into the game plan of what they are creating, find a way where you can come into India's game plan as well. It's a two-way process, right? We have our own concerns as well, in the regional, in the geopolitics, in the Indian Ocean, and all that is a stake for all of us. And I will not go into a controversial position, but yes, the seas of the world belong to everybody, and we need to work out a model where we enjoy the kind of free trade and the movement of goods that we have achieved. And in this, India will have a massive role because of our very extraordinary geopolitical situation on the Indian Ocean. and across the Arabian Sea and also the Bay of Bengal. And three sides the country has got oceans, and the beautiful other side is the mountain where we have our lovely brothers Bhutan sitting right at the top. We would love to have great, I would say, coming back of relationship with our friends in Nepal, because they are no different. We would like them to also look at changing the whole dimension and equation out there. Surely we have our other neighbors in Bangladesh and Sri Lanka and rest of them in SAARC. I tell you, India will provide the right leadership. I also feel, today that there was our dear friend, the President of America, celebrated Deepavali in his White House. This is congratulations and thanks for that gesture. But I would definitely say that yes, America must take a step clearly on the Pakistan issue, and we must bring Pakistan to the peace process rather than, I would say Pakistan must be careful about not being belligerent on this approach. And I tell you, everybody is looking at you and seeing you, and nobody believes what you're doing, not even your friend, so-called friend China, they don't believe you, man. They're very, very susceptible to what's happening out there, and their whole, and whatever, I would say, the asset build-up is being talked about. It's not good. In fact, Pakistan should start mending its ways with India. And today, I wish them a happy Diwali as well, the festival light, so that some light goes into their system, into their head, so that they'll start looking with a fresh, from a fresh angle, their India relationships, because India is growing, India is strong, and you need to keep good relations with India. Just like China has understood that India is now pushover and wants an equal space, and we are intelligent people. The average Chinese people and the average Indian people do not have any antipathy between themselves. It is completely friendly out there. But a few people make the mess always, so we can always discount those few and look at a future relationship, of course with mutual benefits, not with one country benefiting. Now comes the friendship with the US. Our friendship with definitely Japan is growing. Our friendship with the United States will be strong. But I'm telling you, we cannot forget our old friend, and a friend from the absolutely historical perspective, that is Russia. Salute to Vladimir Putin. Very happy Diwali from all Indians to Russians, my Russian friends, my brothers and sisters over there. And I would like to see a better world across this. I cannot miss our friends in Australia, in Singapore, and New Zealand. We have a great cultural equation, and I think India and these countries can work together, and not to miss Canada. Canada is definitely a country that can come very close to India, and there's a lot of synergy on all areas, including infrastructure, energy, hydropower. I see that as growing, I would say this entire video today is wishing all the best to the whole world. As an Indian, from the Indian perspective, from India, we love the world, we love the peace that the world must have, and not conflict. We must move from conflict towards consensus. Of course, we will all have our own interests, but in the interest of the whole world, we need to move towards a peace process. I also salute the country I always have admired, Germany, as a sign-off here. And Germany and France will remain the flagships of Europe. And I would say UK can look back, at the ideas like Brexit and all in the long run will not help, because at some point of time you can't divide, you have to unite. And I would stand for the unity of the European Union today, and I'm backing my European friends for that. God bless all of you, all the well wishes for the world. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. The whole world is one family, my friends, and that's what India stands for. And an average Indian, a common person who's born, bred in India, irrespective of the religion, caste, creed, community, class, race, who stand for the unity of the universe. Jai Hind.